Okay, we are live. Mm, let's see. Okay, good morning, guten tag, ni hao to the online world. So the discussion is first of all, I'll just wait for a couple of minutes before we start our discussion, and this is to set the momentum right for not this month, but next couple of days because. Till 8th of August, we as a team have to achieve a lot of stuff. And I mean, I think this is a better angle. So yes, um, so I'll wait for a couple of seconds before I start, and yeah. So I'll urge everyone in the legal field, whether in any part of the world, they should definitely watch this movie, Legally Blonde. I mean, not only I was mesmerized. By this series or just the understanding of what legal stuff is in terms of the branding and stuff, and I'll walk you through the understanding of blockchain for real, because right now folks have no clue what they are getting into, and still um, we as a team are failing in a mandate to solve any problem. I mean, there's no problem solving approach right now. It is just chaos of another degree altogether right now. So I'll wait for a couple of maybe a minute or so, and then we are going to start off with the discussion. I mean, I'll start off with this because we need to just focus on the SGD goals, nothing else. So agenda item for today, just SGDs. Honestly, we are nowhere as a country being able to achieve what has to be achieved. On the face of it is just face off. It's just step one, but where things can be multiplied, like a multiplexer, we should be able to do it in a fast, speedy fashion right now. This guy. Okay, I'll wait and then restart. Okay. First of all, honestly speaking, I don't know where should I start from. Should I start with the SDD goals, or should I start with the celebration of Friendship Day? Today is 2nd of August, and mm, just to celebrate stuff in the world, and just to celebrate every day, we are supposed to celebrate Friendship Day. The first thing which comes to my mind when I talk about or think about the Friendship Day, because this whole new connotation started happening when we were in school, and particularly maybe 7th or 8th standard, when I was in 7th or 8th standard. And how I remember this is, okay, it's a very interesting chapter, maybe just a small chapter, because we need to start a day with a fun and need to end the day with fun, not by getting into anybody else's protocol, but build your own protocols and modules and create a strengthening bond among your own peers who are on the same page. And that is what peer to peer node is all about, which people don't understand. Okay, let's get back to the understanding of Happy Friendships Day to anyone and everyone in the world. My friendship with so many folks globally in different capacities over the years, where I mean, the people whom I consider friends. Oh my gosh. Happy Friendships Day, first of all. And thank you so much for believing in me in terms of what, as a commune, we are able to achieve. Not commune per se, but the community building exercises with the assistance of different folks from United Nations, particularly ITU. I won't take any names, because when I take names, then I fail in acknowledging anyone and everyone, because this United Nation family is the biggest family in the universe in terms of the different authorities uh, giving the exercises to folks like us, where we are able to understand the data set, analyze the data set. You can call me as a, like, I'm in the blockchain creator zone. So crunching numbers, crunching data, crunching AI, that is part of me. And the protocols we follow is very different from anyone and everyone, because when the discussion happened over the years, we have created very robust protocols, which I would say, please don't get into it. When you even get to the periphery, you have to back off, because that is how the protocols have been developed at the first place. Now, um, the chapter I wanted to discuss as for the Friendship Days goes, because then people can just want to quote, because everybody wants to quote something or the other. So I'm just giving them that Friendship Day gift in terms of that. So the place I live, that is my parental house. So this place is a parental ancestral property. Um, just few blocks on the right side, we have a gift card shop, and I happened to purchase a card for one of my friends, and she wanted to gift it to somebody else. So that's how I remember buying that physical card. As far as friendship card goes, given a chance, I would love to, I mean, just make it myself, because I like DIY stuff. And today probably I'll be going to attend one of those events which is happening in Delhi. So that's a good thing. I mean, Delhi is so happening in every way. um, that being said, so Happy Friendships Day. Now let's talk about the data sets. That is very, very important. We are setting the data set for coming days. Let's see how we can use the online coding to uncode the menace in the offline world. That can be done, because the chaotic entropy has to be minimized, and the chaos can only be minimized when the best of the people, I'm also assert, but the point here is, if best of the people are able to code happiness in smart contracts, even acknowledging that you did something wrong to someone is an acknowledgement. You don't need to send an email to that person and saying, hey, I'm sorry for this, that, blah 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 blah. No, even in your smart contract, whatever contracts you write, whatever you're doing in your life, I mean, you don't have to journal stuff. That is a kid kind of stuff, which was done centuries ago. That is not working right now. We know the current menace in terms of the air traffic, this and that. Because um, honestly speaking, the way I had foreseen lockdown, it didn't work out the way it had to be. And I was very quiet, because I'm more of an observer rather than I don't want to enter the coding world until unless it is like a necessity. But something happened few weeks back. I was forced to put the codes online. Otherwise, whatever coding we do, it's very in terms of nobody will know what code is being done, because we are trying to just get the smart contracts on a place where it is a win-win situation for everyone to achieve the SGD goals. Now, the second thing, which was like the understanding of blockchain. I mean, folks have no clue what Web 3.0 is all about, because they have no clue what Web 2.2 was also all about. And the chaos has started in my place. There's some kind of construction always happening here. uh, and even people don't know what Web 1.0 is all about. So the point here is blockchain is something which is anybody can see and review. That is public ledger. That means if the Instagram account is public, that is a public ledger. That is doesn't mean that you are a content creator, influencer. Those words are just a gimmicky word to get the data sets. That's how the internet wanted to work, because the internet wants to learn how Homo sapiens sapiens, or for that matter the animal kingdom is working. So the essence of internet is to gather data, but the data set today is we were talking data is garbage. Today we are talking data is miscommunication. Why I say so? Data is miscommunication. It's the essence of digital economy, that when one transaction is happening, you cannot round it off. What I mean to say here is all these bankers, they have these POS at any of these restaurants. So it is not the, I wouldn't say the malice is from the restaurant people, it is from the banking sector. Why I say so? Say, for example, the bill is in fiat currency, or say, for example, USDT also. It is like, uh, if I have to give a number, let's say 1212.12. So that is 1212.12. Another number could be 1212.20. Now, if this is the bill which has been generated in the online world, you can pay till the loss amount. So if even if the amount is 1212.1212, you are not allowed to round it off. You're rounding it off. So every round off which is happening over the day is an extra money for the POS company, without, because the user or the end user doesn't have any cognizance of it, and which is against the protocol of the essence of digitizing people. So the point here is the RBI and the others have to make sure, and they have to penalize all these Mastercards, Visas, and everything. When at the POS we have those devices, whether it's phone pay also, so everyone under the government of India, wherever it is there, you have to charge what the charge is. You cannot charge extra until unless the other person gives you the acknowledgement. Just saying that the person acknowledges this, it doesn't work. And that is the reason when we did this ITU stuff, the Paytm case which I had discussed, it is not solving the problem. So if I go back and explain the stuff is, when we were kids, I remember buying, candies for 20 paisa, 25 paisa. So that time we used to have the 10 paisa. I have seen 10, 5, 25, 50 coins and all that stuff. So the point here is this even minting these and this is what happens when this chaos is in your house. It's so difficult to work. Anyhow, uh, the point is you're minting the coins, there's metal involved, this and that, which is somehow you know which is not renewable. So the digital economy, the whole idea was to get people online and digitize in a manner where the input data is not miscommunicated. Right now the input data is miscommunicated, and when the input data is miscommunicated, whether you talk about any of the protocols which has to be followed or which should be followed is not followed. And that is the reason us is penalizing countries which don't follow intellectual property rights, because the essence of intellectual property rights is not being followed since, since ages now. If I go back to 1990s, there was so rampant infringement of songs. Now I was just going through one news, somebody said I was just using the chord. Excuse me, that chord itself is copyright, and copyright is much more than patenting and all the trademarking stuff. So the point here is, in the lockdown, just because you're not exporting it to us, it doesn't mean you can just infringe upon anything and everything. And that's what happened. And now what is going to happen in the coming days is very, very clear from the data set. US is going to promote countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh, China, Sri Lanka, and that is going to become a superpower. And they will have their own treaties in place where India would be excluded, because um, everybody is quiet on that stream of understanding of what intellectual property rights is. If IP is IP, then the protocol is different. IP is intellectual property. Doesn't mean that the intellectual property agents who are registered, that is one data set. That data set is a miscommunicated data set, because there were so many US attorneys, agents contacted me over the years stating that, pretty, these guys don't even know how to write English. So the point here is, as a country, we need to decide what we are doing. We are miscommunicating the data. The input data is wrong. Once the input data is wrong, everything else is nullified. And that is the thing the government and the other ministries need to understand. I'm the only patent agent who has given money for 20 years. So I was able to convince the client. I'm the only patent agent who has done Madrid protocol in a way, in a manner which has to be done. Nobody else in India has done it. I'm not taking the usko Hindi bolte share nahi le rahi, but the point I'm trying to make here is, we as a country have to understand the intellect. With the malice intent and with the corruption, blockchain is zero. And the other cryptocurrencies and everything, the Maya or Bitcoin, that is not going to work. Let me tell you, it is just a coding. The day at the back end, the admin understands, like, we are good enough with whatever money we have extracted from India, that money would be siphoned off. So India has to understand whether they want to control the cryptocurrency or not. Because if we allow these kind of fascists to work in India, you can't do anything. It's, end of the day, it's just simple coding, and they are better coders. I have met the best of the best coders in the world, and it is very easy to siphon off the money from these online domains. So be very careful if you are investing in any India based stuff, because when we talk about India, GDPR is not part of it. And until unless GDPR is not deployed or not, you know I would say sensitized, this